Let's get to the phone lines right now. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, yes. You're the caller. What's your name? Or where are you calling from?
Yeah, so, this porn thing, that's the process of normalization, trying to recruit some of these young girls into the industry. They sacrifice children in the fire to Molech.
Wait, say it again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
So, how psychology works, in group psychology. And they put this man on the stage, and this should be the link that will drive him down, to keep the attention, to say, look, if you want to be successful, you have to sell yourself in the United States.
If who was to be successful? Like the young girls or the politicians?
Pretty much anyone, because they can use the women to be able to sell other goods, drive the economy, all psychology. This is a stage. This is theater.
So you're saying this is...
Looking at actors, they have specific roles. You know how a movie works? When people watch it, they're influenced, they're motivated. It drives their behavior. Because they're mimicking the person on the screen that they admire. Do you understand?
I'm not sure I follow. Are you saying this?
How that works?
You're saying this is just a theater? I mean, this is purposefully done to actually put a wall over the masses, not to pay attention to other things? Is that what you're saying?
Well, some stories are true. Some people are real. Those people should be admired. Their stories should be told. But these stories are fabricated. And it's not something that was just, a spur of the moment ordeal. What people should pay attention to is the relationship the man had with the 13-year-old, with his buddy, Jeffrey Epstein, who had the court case documented that he was hiring a call girl to go bring back teenagers from the mall to his palace in Florida. And no one went after him until his gardener said something, because he sniffed a foul spirit, evidently. Because these people are protected, Noah. This is their law, their rules. You play by, not me.
That was an interesting phone call. It looks like we went a little bit off the rails there. But I was trying to pick up what his sentiment was, that this was just theater and this was just a conspiracy. And a lot of people out there that actually believe that.
I'll tell you this, not Trump's apparent serial cheating on his wife about me as much as his totally immoral hypocrisy. As a gay man, I've seen Trump appoint ultra-Christian, not correct folks, like our lying Attorney General or Vice President Pence, who rants on and on about morality, yet follow Trump like lapdogs. Trump is the furthest thing from an example of morality, but the right-wing evangelicals are willing to overlook that because he helps get quest for power. Next up, Tony.
Ryan Neal goes, that was glorious. To one of the callers. So let's go. Send me an email during this broadcast at dj@wmnf.org. Let's go back to the phone lines right now. I have Daryl from Tampa. Hey, Daryl. Good afternoon, Daryl.
Hey, Noah. How you?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Carol, give me some Jack on the Rocks and a
Whoa.
bowl of
really?
shoes over there. Yeah.
This is midpoint on Wednesday. Future post no loss. You know, I'm back in November. Sorry, I was out last week. I was trapped in the Midwest. But anyway, so back in November this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. We have a whole bunch of things to talk about since we have a whole bunch of things happening in our country today. A big thank you to Radioactivity for putting us the right way. That was a pretty good discussion. Live talk show happening now before we came on, and we're gonna carry on that discussion because there's a whole lot of people out there catching the ball. It's actually going on right now. And also, I hope you have downloaded our free WMNF app on your portable devices. This is the WMNF app on your Android or iPhone devices so that we can listen to us on the go. Okay, and also don't forget to follow us on Facebook and our Facebook page. Right now we're broadcasting live on Facebook, and I will be trying so hard to take some questions from Facebook. That's midpoint on Wednesdays on Facebook. So follow us on Facebook right now so that way you can see what I look like live, broadcasting live right now. Yes. So WMNF 8.5 FM. I know a lot of people actually want to comment on what Rob was talking about. He was talking about the presentation when it comes to women. He has an issue with the porn star Stormy Daniels. Here with Google, former Playboy Playgate. That's part of the lawsuit, catch and kill issue that happened with the National Enquirer, or the defamation lawsuit by one of the women in fact filing against the former president of the United States. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about that, feel free to call in. Phone number is 813-239-9663. Or send me a text at 134330885. Send me an email to broadcast at dj@wmnf.org. Now, a funny thing happened to me today. So this is a little off topic. A funny thing happened to me today. I hope Trevor Skip, and I hope Skip is listening. We got into a conversation about the current events and president of the United States. And Skip told me, like, he said to me, like, Skip, I hope Skip is listening right now. You can call in so people actually listen to this. He's having a conversation today talking about how he's not truly concerned about all the hoopla about Donald Trump personally. Like, a lot of the things that people are complaining about, he's not too worried about because he's not worried about what he says. All he's worried about is actually what he does. Now, Skip is a very well-read, knowledgeable, elderly, older white gentleman. I would say that. And at first, I wanted to make sure I was listening to, you know, where he was coming from, because that's one of my favorite things to do, actually listen first and try to put myself in other people's shoes, you know, to see where they're coming from. And I replied, and he pushed me a little bit and told me, like, you know, what do you think about it? And I said, Skip, you know what I think? Because it's easy, from where you are, you have the luxury not to worry about what the man says. And I'll say, for instance, the deputy FBI director of Federal Gate, right? The executive branch office of the presidency of the United States is very powerful. And what you say means a whole lot. It means a whole lot. There was a tweet in which the president railed on the fact that the former deputy FBI deputy director of Federal Gate was going to be retiring with full benefits. Now, we know fully well what happened. About 48 hours before he was scheduled to retire, he was actually fired. Now, did you see a correlation with that? I think I do. Is that proof? No, because technically we don't know exactly what the intricacies are why he got fired. Now, remember the report when the president of the United States talked about SO countries and what we can't get people to come from nowhere? That's your speech. Now, has he actually enacted some policies to actually follow through on that? No. But did it mean anything for those who it's actually affected? Yes. So to say, you know, I'm not too worried about the terrible things he says, and I'm just only focused about the things he does. Yeah, you gotta be in a position to have the luxury to say that. Now, let's talk about the DACA recipients, right? So we're talking about people in which you want just by speech. Congress not just about passing legislation or anything like that. But if you sit back and say, you know what? I'm not worried about anything he says, because the anxiety you feel, because if you're born in America and you've always had a blue passport your entire life, you don't know what it's like to be from another country. You know, you have to go to an embassy to try to get a visa to another country and extend your visa, maybe get a green card before you can become a naturalized citizen. I mean, that entire process is so foreign to you. And anxiety in which you don't know if your partner is going to be deported, and all that comes into it when the president is playing contact with your life. Now, he might not have enacted a policy or signed legislation or anything like that, but his speech has an effect on you. But you have to understand those processes, right? You got to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. And I use an example, because we're both men. And I was talking to Skip, of course. And I was like, Skip, the issue of equal pay for men and women. It's hard for us men to understand what women are talking about. Because, I know, I talked to a lot of my colleagues for a while years to try to understand why would somebody not pay a woman the same thing as they pay a man? I can get it. You know? And it took a lot of listening to understand that this happens generational. This is something that's not easy to eradicate. And until you actually understand, right, because it doesn't personally affect us as much as it affects them, and I don't say it as a black man, as much as it affects women in general, you would understand that. And I hope I will through to that, but it makes me think that even after 14 months in office and everything that we've seen, drawing the equivalence of people in Charlottesville or neo-Nazis and people who are neo-Nazis or anything like that, that there are a whole bunch of people out here that don't think this is a big deal, that don't understand what this is doing to our culture, and that's a little scary. Now, moving on. So this morning, the Tampa Bay Times, I read according to Tampa Bay Times, said the Florida may vote on banning vaping in November. The Florida Constitutional Revision Commission voted 26-6 in favor of the vaping ban and placed it one step closer to the 2018 ballot. Now, at first when I looked at that, I was like, wow, they were pretty fast when it comes to this, right? They were pretty fast when it comes to what's going on with this. So I'm going to take a look at that a little bit and see why it is so hard for us when we talk about, like, maybe a 19-year-old, why it's so hard for us to get a 19-year-old or adequate gun legislation all around the country. But it's so easy for us to actually go for legislation like this. But just an example. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about what we're talking about today, feel free to call the phone number 813-239-9663, or you send me a text at 813-433-0885, send an email to broadcast@dj@wmnf.org. Now, what can you do in 10 minutes that can make a difference to your community? How about donating your car? Well, or motorcycle to WMNF. We'll pick up your vehicle, run it or not, or you get a tax receipt. Free tone as well. Just call 1-888-966-3885. That's 1-888-966-3885. That's What you can do in 10 minutes that can make a difference to your community. How about donating your car, boat, or motorcycle to WLF, or pick up your vehicle running or not, and you get a tax receipt. If you told as well, just call 1-888-966-3885. That's 1-888-966-3885. Okay, so I was a little hesitant to talk about this when it comes to the problems with Donald Trump's having with the ex-porn star Stormy Daniels, Karen McDougal, ex-Playboy model, or so I was hesitant to talk about that a little bit. And the fact is, there's something called a catch and kill when it comes to media. It's when a media entity actually gets a grip of a story, pays off the storyteller, and kills it. Usually when they do that because they have a deal with somebody else. Now, that practice in itself happened during the presidential campaign. And when you talk about the dossier that the former British spy had with the President of the United States, is it far-fetched to think that maybe the Russian government has something similar on President Trump? Can you think about the reports that came in yesterday, when the President of the United States actually talked to the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, in which the reports and some of the reports said he was actually notified not to congratulate, but he went away and did it anyway. Is it far-fetched to think that there's actually something going on? We have instances in which, instances in this country where a porn star seems like they have a story to tell on the current President of the United States, and he seems to be afraid of letting the porn star speak. Now, when it comes to infidelity and all that, personally, I think that has to do with him and his wife. But when you talk about things that you might be liable to be blackmailed for, I think that becomes something you have to take. You think it's important, and I'm pretty sure Robert Mueller's special prosecutor is paying attention to this. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you think this is something we need to be paying attention to? Do you think this is something that the media has no business talking about? I know your thoughts about that. 813-239-9663. Send me text 813-433-0885, or send me email dr.podcast@dj@wmnf.org. And right now we'll be taking a break because I have a special guest on there right now. We'll be coming back right after the break. Hopefully you find us. You have downloaded that free app, WLF app, on your iPhone and Android devices. You can download that app right now so that you can listen to us on the go. Feel free to join in the conversation right now. Phone number is 813-239-9663. You send it this way, 134-330-85. Send me email to this broadcast at dj@wmnf.org. So yesterday, Cambridge Analytica suspended CEO Alexander Nix after uncovered reports in air. Cambridge Analytica was in charge of the analytics that actually propelled Donald Trump to the presidency. And according to CNN, Cambridge Analytica, the embattled data analytics company best known for its work on President Donald Trump's campaign, has suspended CEO Alexander Nix in the wake of uncovered reports showing him discussing potential bribery and entrapment. Nix's suspension is immediate, pending a full independent investigation, the firm said in a statement. The report in chief featured uncovered footage of Nix claiming he met Donald Trump many times and the company was responsible for a wide sway of Trump campaign activities. And I quote, in the uncovered tape, he said, "We did all the research, all the data, all the analytics, all the targeting." Nix said, "We ran all the digital campaign, the television campaign, and all our data informed all the strategy." Alex Taylor, labeled as the chief data officer for Cambridge Analytica, is recorded separately as saying the firm's analysis was responsible for Trump's electoral college performance. Now, why is this significant? He says, "When you think about the fact that Donald Trump wants the popular vote by 3 million votes, but won the electoral college, that's down to the data and research." Taylor said, "That's how he won the election." Nix is also recorded telling an undercover reporter posing as a client that he believes the U.S. has no jurisdiction over the activities. He goes on to describe questions he faced from the House Intelligence Committee. The Republicans asked 3 questions, 5 minutes done. He said the Democrats asked 2 hours of questions. In other words, it seemed like the Republicans were not interested in what the data operations was all about. A previous Channel 4 report showed Nix telling undercover reporters, posing as prospective Sri Lankan clients, that he could send some girls around to the candidate's house in order to obtain compromising material. Now that's dirty politics. And the undercover reporter then asked, "You're using the girls for this, like the seduction? They're not local girls, not Sri Lankan girls." Nix said, "No. Just saying we could bring some Ukrainians in." He said, "They're very beautiful. I find that works very well." In response to that report on Monday, Cambridge have been edited and scripted to misrepresent the nature of the conversations that Nix denied in a statement that the company engages in entrapment on bribery. Better yet, even after all that great analytical suspense, CEO Alexander Nix after uncovered reports, which means he did something wrong. I remember during the election, there were a lot of things happening on Facebook that was actually, Facebook became distasteful. And it's actually known right now that Cambridge Analytica got a hold of 50 million Facebook users. And it misused the personal profiles to actually aid the Republican candidate Donald Trump. And I wonder what he thoughts about that. Because, I mean, it seems like we're involved right now in the new age in 2018 in a matrix in which social media is actually taking another realm in which we can't get a hold of. Imagine that. Because we have a whole bunch of people in which all their lives are in social media. Now, is this fair game? As in, like, is it just part of the political dirty politics of the 21st century? Or is this something unethical about companies in which they're not worried about even putting facts out there? They're only worried about putting misinformation out there, especially targeting the fears of prospective voters and forcing people to vote for things that you might not even think are correct. This is a new age. This is something we got to watch out about. I don't know what your thoughts are about that. Phone number 813-239-963 or 813-433-0885. I have some text messages coming in right now. This text message from Anonymous. Sherry goes, I feel that definitely Vladimir Putin has something on Trump and that he offers some distant complicity. Did you look at recent events? Ex-KGB spy poisoned in England in order to be obvious. And by daily distractions by reality TV, Don John has brought to our new political stage. Putin has much bigger reach than just small town in England. Hope we get more of those work soon. Sharing some sort. I'll say this. Because personally, I see a whole lot of people waiting for Robert Mueller to actually save the day. I'll say this. For me personally, I think it's pretty obvious there's something going on with Russia and Donald Trump at this point. There's something going on, because, I mean, when you talk about Papadopoulos, we talk about anybody else, it's pretty obvious there's something going on. And the fact that Congress has failed to act, majority of the Republican Party has failed to act, tells me there is a lot more stuff happening in there that we're not even dealing with.